I wanted to ask Adam.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's focus on the Occupy itself.
Yes.
What do you think that the Occupy, as one of the first occupiers, he's been here since about September 17th, what do you think that the Occupy, San Francisco Occupy, needs to do to improve?
I think we need to tighten up and make people understand that yes, you all are part of the 99%, but we all need to work together. You can't just be there to occupy. It doesn't quite work that way. I live there and occupy because I live 3,200 miles away from here, and that's the only place I can. I wake up every day, I work 16 hours, I work multiple shifts as a kitchen chef, I work as a medic, and I work as part of the peacekeeper group and campground logistics. I help do social media, whatever it is, and I work. That's why I'm able to eat, that's why I'm able to sleep there, and I've never asked for anything from the occupation, never received anything from the occupation. I'm just trying to show that this is our voice, this is how we feel, this is what we are, this is the people. There is nothing else to it. I mean, people need to work together more with us, and we really need to tighten up, in my opinion. We need to restructure and solidify. We were doing wonderfully. I just think we need to really work together harder on it. We really do, and come together.
One final question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
And this is a biggie.
All right.
The media, the corporate media.
Yeah, I was about to say the ones who are controlled by the 1%, yes?
Yes, the ones who are controlled by the 1%. Are saying that the Occupy movement's message is too vague. Now, in my personal opinion, being a completely objective journalist, ho ho ho, is that the Occupy's message is pretty doggone clear to me. Mm-hmm. Can we break this down, in your opinion, in simple terms for the few Americans who don't understand what the Occupy movement is trying to do and what's the message?
All right, I think the overall message is about human rights and having them being able to be sustained. I mean, we've got two parts. We've got the values of the corporate stuff that we want to take care of, which is corporate personhood, an entity, a being that has become so powerful that it is considered itself a human being that has the rights of a human being, and the people who run it don't have to deal with any of the mistakes and problems that they make. That kind of thing. The 1% owns 40% of the money in all of the United States. Even if all the 99% gather together, they only have 60% to fight the 1%. And with everything else, people who are homeless shouldn't be being shuffled around like they are here in San Francisco. That's what DPW and the police do. That's why the sit-lie law was instituted here in San Francisco. It wasn't meant so people can't sit down. It was meant so they could push the homeless around, so that they could deal with them that way. And that's what they're trying to do with us. There's homeless communities all around. You know, we trying to have people understand that food should be free. If you need to eat, you need food. You're a human. You need to eat.
It's a human right.
Yeah. If you need shelter, you need to get out of the rain or the snow. You need a place to be. That you shouldn't have to be outside. You should have to sleep on a vent that's outside a building to stay warm.
It's a human right. Housing is a human right.
To be clothed, to not walk around. San Francisco allows you to be naked as long as you have one article of clothing, very small, albeit whatever it is, that's fine too. But that's not everywhere. Very few places allow you to be naked. You need to be clothed. You need a shirt. You need shoes, you need socks, you need good health care.
Health care is a human right.
Health care is a human right. You need to be able to be taken care of no matter what when you're sick. If you've got diseases, if you've got genetic problems that you were born into, you have no control over. And we are humans. We're going to keep breeding and bringing our family and generations up and try to expand and make us better. But we need to feed them, make sure that they're healthy. This is our family, our life, and our planet. What are we going to do in 50 years from now if we don't start now? If we didn't start years ago?
We need to save this planet so we have a home to live on. Let me break it down very simply. The 1% stole all the money. They don't pay taxes.
Yeah.
Wall Street caused the economic system to collapse all over the world.
I agree wholeheartedly, and just like when you were speaking about taxes, the 1% pay between 9 and 11% in taxes on their total revenue in a year. The way that they categorize that is between 2 to 10 years, they average what they've made. They make on average $28 billion a year, the 1%, okay? I pay almost 40% in my taxes, and I make anywhere between $20,000 and $100,000 a year. Because I make so much little, I pay more in my taxes. How does that make any sense?
It's
because
not fair.
Because I make less, shouldn't I have more to be able to take care of myself, my family, and my friends?
Yes. Now, you're one of the 99%, are you not?
Yes, ma'am. Even if I was considered a 1%, I am still part of the 99%.
99%. And the 99%, when the Wall Street caused the world economy to tank, the rest of these banks and the corporations got huge bailouts. And guess who they got them from?
After the housing bubble blew.
Yes. And all those people lost their homes and went underwater.
And all the banks are making money as people lose their places where they live and they're getting foreclosed on. It makes no sense at all.
And guess who is paying for all of their bailouts?
The people the people who are being thrown out are still paying taxes that are paying into the banks who are getting bailed out. Why should we bail out a bank system that has been known to fail? Let it die and let new life come from it. A new banking or a new federal credit union or a union based out of every city. That's how it should be. That's how life is. Things grow up and come to being, go to their fruition, and then they break down and die so something else can come up and grow from it. That's how life is.
This is what the Occupy movement is all about. The 99% realize that the civilization the 1% created is crumbling. It's failing. And the 99% with the Occupy movement out in the forefront is creating a new civilization in its place as the old one crumbles down.
That's what we're trying to do, and as our occupation point for Justin Herman Plaza, we're trying to show you that yes, there is some bad stuff there, and there's a ton of beautiful, great stuff that happen there all night long. Meditations to yoga to singing to drum parties, everything you can have, healing circles, communications, people learning how to grow and learning stuff. And we've got bad stuff too, but yet you're part of 99%, and we want everyone to be part of it, so it'd be the 100%. It's going to be good things and bad things there, and I hope people understand that we are a community just like everybody else, and cities are communities.
And this community is the community that will take root in the ashes of the old crumbling one. That is what this Occupy is all about. Creating a new civilization with 2,600 examples of that in cities all over the United States.
And we're going to keep growing. If this was just a minor thing and very small, it'd be in the one place that it started, Occupy Wall Street. They were pushed out, I want to say, over a week ago. And yet we are still staying strong here on the West Coast. On the East Coast, Boston's holding it up. In Australia, Sydney and Adelaide are holding it up. You got it in Poland, you've got them in Japan, you've got them in China even, and China hates it. We are all over the place because it's oppression of all of humanity, and we're trying to show everyone this is how it is. It's not just one place. If it was, it would have stayed in the United States, but no, it is all around the United States. This is a national thing. It's a national and a global thing. It's over everywhere. It's not going to be in one place. If there was a city in the middle of the ocean, there would be an Occupy at that city.
That's right.
It's everywhere. It's in the middle of the mountains. It's up in Canada, and they have ice there and trees and moose. You know, it's everywhere. No matter what, every single person can identify with us, the occupation.
Did you see the photograph Occupy the Tundra?
Yes.
With this guy sitting out there on the ice? I thought that was hilarious.
Did you see San Jose with that one man who was holding him strong for weeks up top of the building? He refused to be taken down. He was the only one. He was up there in his tent and they couldn't get him down. They finally got him down a couple days ago. People are already volunteering to get back up there and take it themselves. That's what the Occupy movement is. It's not about violence. It's about the oppression that other people are putting on us. The 1% use the police to push us around when they are part of the 99% too.
Yep. I think that the police are going to be very slow to realize this. I want to thank you for this.
Anytime.
My name is Carol.
I know, Carol.
Okay, thank you, Adam. That's great.